Chapter 1. The Newbie, Jamie's Journey. As Jamie steps through the heavy gates of the maximum security prison, an overwhelming sense of fear grips him. At just 22, he finds himself surrounded by hardened criminals, their hardened looks and intimidating presence amplifying his anxiety. Confidently, he begins to jot down his thoughts in a worn-out diary, seeking solace amid the chaos. He reflects on the choices that landed him here: an arrest for drug possession after years of numbing pain with substances. Each entry captures his reluctance to accept his reality, as the unfamiliar environment feels suffocating. However, amidst the darkness, Jamie discovers camaraderie among a few other inmates who share their stories, forging unexpected friendships. Slowly, a flicker of hope ignites within him as he learns about the rehabilitation programs offered. Writing becomes not just an escape, but a lifeline, a first step on his uncertain journey toward redemption. Chapter 2. The Mentor. Lydia's Wisdom. Lydia sits in her small cell, the faint light casting shadows that dance across the walls. A middle-aged woman with a face etched by time and experience, she reflects on the life choices that brought her to this maximum security prison. Accused of a crime of passion, her long sentence weighs heavily on her. Despite her past, Lydia refuses to lose hope. She takes Jamie under her wing, nurturing his fragile spirit with lessons learned the hard way. Her diary entries resonate with introspection, offering insights into forgiveness and resilience. "It's never too late to change," she writes. Redemption isn't a destination, but a journey. Through her stories, Lydia cultivates a sense of belonging amongst the inmates, illuminating a path for Jamie and others. Her wisdom becomes a lifeline, encouraging them to confront their mistakes and seek a future defined not by their pasts, but by the strength of their choices. Chapter 3. The Veteran, Marcus's Reflections. Marcus's deep, gravelly voice resonates as he reflects on decades spent behind bars for a series of violent crimes. His diary entries offer a stark contrast between the vibrant life he once led and the bleak reality of his existence now. Memories of laughter, family gatherings, and aspirations collide with the stark walls of the prison, reminding him of lost opportunities and the toll of his decisions. In conversations with younger inmates like Jamie, he finds himself questioning the very essence of redemption. What does it mean to seek forgiveness when one's past looms so large? Yet amidst the regret, there's a flicker of hope. Marcus shares stories of resilience and second chances, challenging his peers to rise above their circumstances. As he pens his thoughts, he becomes a reluctant mentor, realizing that perhaps his own journey can ignite a spark of change in others. Redemption, he discovers, can be a shared endeavor. Chapter 4. The Artist. Nina's Vision. Nina, a vibrant young woman in her 20s, reflects on her life as an artist, revealing how her creativity became both a lifeline and an escape after her incarceration for theft. In her diary entries, she articulates the power of art to transform pain into beauty, sharing vivid descriptions of her paintings and poetry that capture the complexities of her emotions. Through these creative outlets, Nina connects with other inmates, forming bonds over shared experiences and the desire for healing. As she navigates the challenges of prison life, Nina dreams of organizing an art exhibition, envisioning it as a way to inspire hope and connection within the prison community. She believes that every stroke of her brush is an act of rebellion against despair, reminding both herself and her fellow inmates that they possess the power to shape their narratives, even within the confines of their environment. Chapter 5. The Dreamer. Reggie's Aspirations. Reggie's voice radiates hope as he shares his dreams beyond the prison walls. At just 23, he faces his sentence for a nonviolent crime, but his spirit remains unbroken. His diary entries pulse with ambition, filled with plans to pursue an education that will transform his future. Reggie often organizes study groups, motivating others to join him on this path of self-improvement. "Education is freedom," he writes, igniting a fire in his peers to envision lives defined by potential rather than past mistakes. His infectious enthusiasm creates a ripple effect, inspiring inmates to dream big and believe in change, even in a grim environment. Through his interactions, Reggie emphasizes the importance of support, fostering an environment where collective aspirations can flourish. His journey exemplifies the power of perseverance, showing that the seeds of hope can be sown even in the most daunting circumstances, uniting a community in their pursuit of brighter tomorrows. Chapter 6. Trust and Betrayal. As Jamie settled into his routine, trust began to weave a fragile tapestry among the inmates. In a moment of camaraderie, he confided in a fellow inmate about his struggles with addiction. But when that trust was shattered by a betrayal, Jamie's sense of safety crumbled. The harsh reality of prison life hit him hard. Not everyone shared his vision of redemption. Lydia, sensing Jamie's turmoil, took him aside. "Trust is a rare commodity here. Jamie," she advised gently, "you'll navigate tricky waters, but remember, betrayal doesn't define you." Her wisdom resonated as they discussed the complexities of relationships behind bars. Others joined their conversation, sharing stories of misplaced trust and the hard lessons learned. Through Lydia's support, Jamie began to understand that while betrayal could wound, it also taught resilience, a reflection of their shared humanity amid the oppressive walls that surrounded them. Chapter 7. Community and Connection. In the sterile confines of the prison's group therapy room, a sense of camaraderie begins to blossom among the inmates. Jamie sits nervously, aware of the collective burdens in the room, yet feeling an undercurrent of support. As stories unfold, fractured lives intertwine. Each inmate reveals their struggles, hopes, and regrets, giving voice to the shared human experience often lost behind bars. Lydia offers her sage wisdom, reminding everyone that vulnerability can be a bridge to healing. Marcus, with his years of reflective solitude, pushes past the walls he's built, expressing the importance of community in redemption. Nina shares how her art has become a lifeline, drawing others closer through shared expression. Laughter, tears, and silent nods punctuate the discussions, transforming the therapy session into a safe haven where trust can flourish. In this fragile space, the inmates realize that connection is their greatest ally in the relentless pursuit of hope and understanding amidst despair. Chapter 8. Confronting the Past. In the quiet hours of the night, each inmate sits alone with their thoughts, revisiting pivotal moments that shaped their lives. Jamie recalls the chaos of his youth, the decisions that led him into addiction, and the silence that filled his home as his parents lost hope. Lydia confronts the night her life spiraled, the moment she lost control and forever altered her path. Marcus reflects on the day he chose violence over reason, losing not only his freedom but the chance to build a family. Nina grapples with her past choices, recognizing how her need for approval led her down a destructive path. Meanwhile, Reggie remembers the dreams snuffed out by a hasty decision, fueling his desire for redemption and change. As they share their stories in anonymous group discussions, the weight of these memories begins to lift. Forgiveness, they learn, is a two-way street of both receiving and giving. Chapter 9. The Power of Artistic Expression. As the day of Nina's art show approaches, the atmosphere in the prison buzzes with anticipation. Nina gathers her fellow inmates, sharing her vision of the exhibition. "Art is our voice," she tells them, "a way to express what words sometimes can't." In the dimly lit art room, inmates work on their pieces, intricate drawings, vibrant paintings, and heartfelt poetry emerging from their experiences. Through sharing their creations, they confront their emotions, finding healing in the process. Lydia paints a mural symbolizing forgiveness, while Jamie expresses his struggles through a series of haunting sketches. Marcus discovers solace in poetry, documenting his regrets and hopes. As they collaborate, the bonds deepen, fostering a sense of community and support. Nina's belief in the transformative power of creativity unites them, reminding each inmate that their stories deserve to be heard, showcasing resilience amidst adversity. The art show is not just an event, it's an expression of their collective journey toward redemption. Chapter 10. Moments of Weakness. In the unforgiving confines of prison, moments of weakness can feel insurmountable. Jamie finds himself wrestling with the ghosts of his past, as the temptation to revert to old habits looms large in a world stripped of freedom. His diary entries reveal the internal battle he faces, grappling with the allure of substances that once provided an escape. Conversations with fellow inmates expose raw discussions about mental health, vulnerabilities, and coping mechanisms essential for survival behind bars. Marcus, sharing his own past failures, emphasizes the importance of resilience, stating, "It's okay to stumble. It's how you get back up that counts." Lydia provides a listening ear and reminds Jamie of the strength he possesses within. Even in moments of despair, Jamie learns that vulnerability can be a catalyst for growth. Collectively, they embrace the reality of their struggles, creating a communal support system that fosters healing and resilience amid the harshness of their environments. Chapter 11. Rebuilding Family Ties. In the stark confines of the prison's concrete walls, the burden of separation from loved ones weighs heavily on each inmate. Jamie's diary entries reveal the emotional turbulence of his strained relationship with his mother, filled with guilt and longing. He recalls their last visit, where unspoken words hung in the air, amplifying the distance between them. Lydia shares stories of her children, expressing a profound sense of loss and regret over missed birthdays and milestones. Meanwhile, Marcus reflects on the fractured ties with his siblings, contemplating how his choices shattered their family bond. Nina's thoughts drift to her younger sister, who now bears the weight of her mistakes. Reggie, with his optimistic flair, encourages the group to reach out, suggesting heartfelt letters as a way to bridge the divide. In moments of vulnerability, they navigate the delicate terrain of forgiveness, hoping to rebuild their connections, piece by piece, brick by brick. Chapter 12. Educational Opportunities. The clanging of metal doors marks the start of another day in the prison education wing, a rare beacon of hope amidst the confinement. In his diary, Reggie reflects on the transformative power of knowledge. He passionately writes about his pursuit of a degree, his classes filled with aspiring minds eager to grasp the tools necessary for a better future. Educational programs, often overshadowed by the bleakness of prison life, offer a lifeline, a chance to rewrite their narratives. Reggie's enthusiasm rubs off on his fellow inmates, inspiring them to join study groups and discussions filled with laughter and determination. Lydia shares her own experiences of learning, emphasizing how education can foster change not just within oneself but within the entire prison culture. As inmates gather to exchange ideas, ambitions flourish, and a sense of community thrives. Through education, they glimpse a future where their pasts do not define them. Chapter 13. A Taste of Freedom. As the day of the art show approaches, an exhilarating blend of anticipation and anxiety fills the prison halls. Inmates gather to finalize their artworks, each piece embodying the struggles and dreams of its creator. Jamie, excited yet nervous, reflects on how far he has come since his arrival. He shares his hope that the show will not only showcase their talents, but also foster understanding with the outside world. Lydia, with a gleam of pride, encourages everyone to embrace the moment, instilling a sense of purpose in their preparations. Marcus, too, feels a flicker of hope for his legacy, pondering how this event might influence younger inmates. Nina diligently curates the exhibition, ensuring that every voice is heard. For each inmate, this art show signifies more than creativity. It's a profound step toward freedom, a chance to reclaim their stories, and an opportunity to connect with the community beyond the prison walls.